Here we're working on our bay window, and that's why these joists cantilever out over the edge of the building. Because of that, we stopped our rim joist and ran in 14.5-inch blocks to maintain these joists at 16 inches on center. This bay window comes out from the building line 24 inches. So we measure out 22.5 inches, make a mark here, and another one down at the last joist. Then we'll snap a chalk line and cut it and nail on a rim joist, and we'll have a full 24 inches. You're right, some of these boards are ugly, but the discoloration is only on the surface and it doesn't affect the strength of the wood. This is Douglas fir framing lumber, number 2 or better. It's strong, and as a framing lumber, it's hard to beat. You can see that I've let this rim run long. I'll cut it later. Now the front of the bay is 4 feet wide. I found the center, and now I'm marking the edges of the bay 22.5 inches from that center line. Next, I snap a line at 45 degrees to mark the sides of the bay. I have to lay the saw over at 45 degrees to cut the joists. The rims then nail on with a 45-degree cut on each end. A bay like this really makes a simple building more appealing, and it only takes a little more effort. I know it's hard to see, but I'm working right here in the middle of a bathroom. Now there's going to be some plumbing coming up here through the floor to serve as a toilet. Because of that, we had to cut out a section of this joist. We supported that joist by a header, and we used 2 different kinds of hangers, a U-type here and an R-type here. Framers prefer this R-type hanger because it only takes 4 nails, whereas the U-type hanger takes 5 nails per side. But what about if we need a larger hole in these floor joists, like for a stairwell, where we have to cut not only this joist, but maybe this one and several more? Well, if that happens, then you have to double up these side joists. Not only the side joists, but also the header joists. There's more information about this in the book. The floor frame's almost finished. We just had to add some more blocks to support the heating vents. Well, the heating contractor is finishing up their ductwork, and we're almost ready to sheet this floor. Let's take a look just for a minute at the underfloor ventilation. Here it's in the block work, but frequently we'll cut it in the rim joist. This is easy enough to do. We just cut out a section of rim between 2 joists. Then we can nail that same piece flush with the top to support the sheeting. Then a screen vent gets nailed in the opening. Crawl spaces need vents. A full basement may not. We've got all our regular blocks cut. Now we're cutting spatials. No need to use a measuring tape. Just shove a block in the hole, make the cut. A spatial is any block that's not a normal length, like here at the end of the building. On this section of rim joist, we had to cut out for 4x4s that will be used as joists here on the porch. After these are sheeted with 2x decking, the porch will still be lower than the house deck, preventing any water from running inside. We mark for the cutouts with a piece of scrap, and we make the cuts.